Right, there we go. Got booted from StreamYard again. You like this background? I love it. I love that city. It's all cozy. But as I was saying, I don't know if you heard me or not. We got all these beautiful products right here. You got Kevin working on some things on the bottom. You got his Lego guy up in the top left. You got that beautiful looking piece of woodwork. Look at all them stripes on there. Wow, it's. I want to know how he does that. I want to know how he does that. Top left table full of items, all sorts, and then my favorite machine up there is that top right. That laser thing. That's one of my favorites. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce the man of the evening. What's up, KevinCraft? How you doing tonight, buddy?
Not much.
What's up? What's up?
Doing well. You can't hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Okay. Sorry, I got a new earpiece, and I wasn't sure if it had a mic in it or not.
Oh, you're good. Here's KevinCraft's YouTube. Got his YouTube link up there, and he's got a store on Facebook as well where you can kind of go through the pictures. So there's both links there. displays and all sorts.
With the website in the works, I just want to be able to get it easier for ordering custom stuff on there before I really start pushing that for people to go to. Because that's the problem. Everything I do is infinitely customizable. And trying to get it simplified is kind of hard.
Oh, you're good. So how do they place orders? How do they place orders right now if they want to place an order? Go to the Facebook?
Honestly, a lot of times what I try to do is every show I'm at, which is
I mean for people watching on YouTube that aren't at the show. How do they go to your Facebook and then contact you that way?
For now that's the easiest. That or email. On Facebook I also have a contact number. I don't remember if I have it on YouTube or not.
Okay.
The joys of having multiple devices. I'm going to double check that here real quick.
And there's the YouTube. The website, he does not have a website right now. So if you want to place any orders, you'll want to go to the Facebook. Basically, it's like a Facebook store, right? And
yeah, it's my business page, and then I've also got my Discord that you can hit me up with. Which, if you do while I'm live here, I will not see it because I'm currently using that phone, and it messes up my audio big time, and I don't want to get deaf.
Do you have your Discord on your Facebook?
It's actually on YouTube. It's on my description on YouTube right now.
What's your Facebook or your Discord code then? Because I don't have. I only have the links for your.
I'm not sure if the one I have
YouTube
up there
and
is
your
working,
Facebook.
but it's KevinCraft_Ohio is my name on Discord. I'm not, because they did something where it took all the numbers away, and that's when I looked it up to put it up there. That's all it gave me to find me. So I was like, huh.
So basically, there's the Discord. So if you want to, you just go to the Facebook page and then also Discord. Okay. So, and you got a whole bunch of videos too, man. You've been doing a lot of videos there. You got spindle bowls. Do you have I have a question. This bowl that I showed on the thumbnail, can you see it?
I saw it earlier. I know
the one with all the stripes. Do you have a video on you making that one?
I actually do not. That was before I got into YouTube or making YouTube videos.
Okay.
But it's actually sitting on my china cabinet right now because I totally made it for me. That was one I wanted to see if I could even get it to hold together on the lathe. So I might have had a little too much fun with that one. But
what is each stripe? A different kind of wood or what?
Yes.
How do you get them stripes?
It's just different type.
Glue them all together and clamp it, and then
put it on the lathe and turn it. Yeah.
So did you make multiple? Did you make multiple pieces out of the same?
Pretty much.
Oh wow! So, what else did you make with that wood? With all the stripes and stuff?
Actually, let me go grab it. So I'm not seeing the picture, and I can't do it off of memory. But no, it's my favorite redwood called Duke with a little bit of maple. Walnut mixed in. Wow, that was a lot heavier than I was expecting.
Yeah, it looks like a dark brown mahogany and like red with white.
Yeah, I actually am holding that bowl in my hand right now because I gotta switch this out. I have the wrong phone in my holder. Don't mind the messy desk. I'm in the process of playing with the 3D printer here in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is.
Yeah, that bowl looks cool.
There you can see the light now.
Uh,
But yeah.
it's a black screen. It's a black screen.
Yeah, I know. I turned the camera. I was gonna flip it around real quick. I just gotta remember how to do it in the settings.
It's a pain to switch the camera on StreamYard Mobile, isn't it, man? Oh,
It is.
drives me nuts when I'm trying to do shows on the road and you want to flip it back and forth, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't work out great.
Yeah. All right. That's
Boom.
that better. There we go. Yeah.
I
But
don't
yeah,
know. I
you've
don't see
got.
nothing. Do you guys see anything?
I see it.
I just see a black screen.
Well,
No,
either way,
nobody
it's
saw it.
weird.
It's on your Facebook page.
Yeah.
It's the one that has all them stripes in it and like a red. It's got like a red color in it or something with.
Yeah, that's the
Hardwood.
Paduke wood, which is what it's mostly made of.
What's the
It's
white?
yeah,
What kind of wood is that? Pine or
Paduke.
something? Paduke?
Oh, the
Yeah,
red is Paduke, the white is maple, and then the brownish color that you can kind of see in there is actually walnut.
oh. That's a
It's
lot of
actually
different
three of
pieces of wood.
yeah. Believe it or not, I did it all in one glue up though.
Huh. You know what that
But
reminds me of? Oh, go ahead.
it's all I was gonna say is it's actually the same way I make cutting boards, which is probably gonna be next week's video.
Oh, so you
So
clamp a whole bunch and then okay.
yep. Yeah,
Cutting
the only
board, that'll be
difference is
nice.
if I'm making a bowl, the pieces are longer, so it's thicker or wider.
Hmm.
So yeah, it requires a lot more wood for a bowl.
Yeah. Do you
But
have any pictures of any? Have you made any before that you have pictures of?
um,
And how much do you typically charge for a cutting board when you do that? What do they range from? Are they
anywhere
decorative
from
or, what
oh,
kind of
there
cutting boards do?
a lot of people say they're too pretty to use,
Okay.
but I'm of the mindset it's a cutting board. Cut on it. If you want, if you want a
I mean,
side to
that's why
look
you buy
pretty,
it, right?
exactly. If you want a side to look pretty, pick the
Yeah.
side you like more, and
Yeah.
don't use that one. Use that one for a serving tray or
Right.
charcuterie.
Yeah. You don't buy a
But
Ferrari to leave it in a garage, you know?
absolutely,
No, you gotta peel the tires, of course.
exactly. But no,
Hmm.
they're anywhere from $20 to $100 right now.
Okay, 20 to
And
100. Wow, that's a pretty big range. Why? What's the difference between the 20 and $100 one? If
like the
somebody
twenty
wants to
dollar
buy.
one, I have actually no, that one's sold. The ones I make that are $20 are maple and cherry. I usually
Okay.
put an accent on two sides of it just to make it pop a little bit. But it's just that's less expensive wood. And then what I do is I'll make a
Okay.
full length board, which is about 23 inches long when they're done, once everything's
Mm.
squared off. And then I just chop it right down the middle.
Mm.
So, because full length board would be 40, cut it in half, it becomes 20.
Hmm.
And I only
So
did that. I only go ahead.
do you use your laser? Like, do you engrave your, like your little logo on there or something at the bottom, or
I,
do you
I
brand
haven't
it?
yet.
Oh
I
wow.
haven't yet. I've thought about it,
Yeah.
but um, I like it shows, and anytime people talk to me about them, I can put pretty much anything you want on it. So if you want something engraved on it, I totally can.
Oh
I just
yeah,
have a
me
hard
too.
time doing it because if you like the color and the grain, but you don't like the engraving, you're not going to buy it. So to me, it's easier to make the board, And if somebody says, "Oh, I wish you could say that," oh, I can totally do that for you. It'll be an extra,
Okay.
however much. It depends on the complexity of the image.
So you basically set it up on, what is that, your computer or a tablet, or is that the actual laser machine right there?
That is actually a Microsoft tablet. I forget what it's called. I think it's a
Okay, so
Fusion
it's a
5.
tablet. And so if somebody purchases a cutting board, right, or wants to
Yeah.
purchase one, they can send you a logo and you can literally engrave it
Yeah.
on the cutting board. So if you
Or
wanted
a
like
Yeti, or a cup,
this the Smith
or
family,
coasters, or
whatever. Well, right, anything,
yep,
but we're just talking about a cutting board right now. Uh
right,
so you can laser anything.
pretty much.
Okay. Hmm.
I didn't realize how
Do
much I
you
could do
charge
until
extra for that?
there is a small upcharge if I'm adding to it, mainly
Okay.
because I just cover my time and the electricity of the laser itself running.
That's got to use a lot of electricity, huh?
It actually doesn't.
Oh, really? Okay.
It, it's the one I primarily use. It's the laser itself is rated for 20 watts, but I rarely run it at full power, especially on wood, because it'll burn so deep in there it's not funny. And all I'm trying to do is get a little penetration and blacken the wood. So really, depending on the wood, I usually run it 60 to 80%.
Hmm. Hold
The
on.
only
I'm gonna let this. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I thought you were done.
I was going to say the only time I really let it go full blast is when I'm doing glass, just because it requires so much heat to mark it, because it's not really designed to engrave glass. But if you put the right coating on the outside, it'll work. So
Okay. So glasses, you can do wine glasses and stuff, right? So,
wine
like if
glasses,
I,
glass coasters,
okay.
window.
Hmm. Because I was thinking about making like a big purchase of wine glasses with the logo on the show and then sending them out to
Okay.
people.
Well,
Because,
if you ever came around where I could see, I'm looking at two with your logo on it right now.
well, I mean, I have a lot of places I have to go, man.
I know, I know. I
uh,
got to poke fun at you though, because I haven't seen you in
yeah,
how many years?
yeah, but I mean, I can still place an order, right, and
Oh,
not have to be there.
absolutely.
Okay, okay, because I'm talking like 50 glasses. Okay.
Okay.
And I would like to get
Got it.
is that okay? Now you said you don't like to do glass. Is that something that's not possible then? Like
Oh no,
if
I
I
didn't.
need
I never said I
50?
don't like to do glass. I just said I crank the power up on the glass because I have to. Because that laser's not really designed to do glass etching alone. So, but I mean, I've got everything I need to do it right now. I've got, please, just sitting at my desk in my office, turning around. I know of two glasses I have painted up and ready to go right now. I've got a stack of coasters that are painted up and ready, because I actually take a type of paint, smear it on. Usually takes 2 to 3 coats to get it, so I mean it takes a couple days to prep everything. And the burning itself is generally pretty quick.
Okay.
But I use the paint versus some other stuff I can use because it cleans up with water.
All right.
So
I'm gonna get to the questions now. We have some questions in chat here. The
yeah, I probably
first
should be watching
question
this.
is will you ship to Canada?
As long as UPS or FedEx will let me, I'd be willing to try. I don't know about any of the legalities of it, but I'll give it a shot. Say
Let me see here.
shipping's relatively new for me, so I'm still learning a lot with that. So
Okay. And let me see here. Cutting boards. Give me 1 second here. Um, The next question, website, no, just go to the Facebook page. I'll put the link.
Yeah.
When do you plan on having the website done?
If I could figure out how to get the pens customizable, it wouldn't take long. Like,
The
actually, if you want the website, it is live.
Okay.
I gotta go outside to grab a card. No, I don't. I know
Okay.
where I got one.
That's cool because I see this is that laser actually etching into the Yeti cup.
Yep. And
So, okay, so a Yeti cup, do they have to purchase it and send it to you? Do you get the Yeti cup? How does that work where you get the logo etched on a Yeti
that's
cup?
uh, if you want something that like a Yeti and it's not. I mean, basically, if you want something, but you don't already have it. If you don't have it, I would say send me a link of exactly what you want. I'll order it to my house, and just understand that the final cost is going to include the cup and the engraving and shipping if I'm shipping it. So, I mean, like if you live somewhere where a couple hours away and I happen to be heading that way one day, I'll gladly drive a little extra to give it to you.
Oh, so you don't have like the Yeti cups at your location. You have to get them or
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I'll be honest, one of the best Yeti dealers in my area is actually down in Amish country where I go to get 90% of my wood.
Oh, okay. So
And if
would
I
it be
stay
cheaper? Would it be cheaper than them going to Yeti website then?
um I would almost say go to Amazon before you try Yeti because you're going to pay the same price and get 2 day shipping.
No,
And
no,
if
no,
you
no.
have
I
Prime,
mean
it's free.
compared to your dealer, your
Oh,
Yeti, the Yeti guy in the
I,
Amish country.
well, the Yeti dealer that I go to,
Yeah.
uh, Yetis, they're a fixed price. So like if you want this color tumbler, if it's a certified Yeti from a certified dealer, it's the same price everywhere you go. So if I'm picking it up and I'm down there,
So you don't
it'll
get
be
it
the
at
same price.
bulk. Okay. So it's
Correct.
basically okay.
Yeah. Now, if
Because I
I
thought
became a
maybe it was a
Yeti,
bulk kind of thing. Okay.
well, if I became a Yeti dealer, might be able to play around a little bit, but they're to be a dealer, you
Oh
have
yeah,
to sell them for the price point they have set.
they're pretty,
Like,
but they're good. They're worth it though, for sure.
well, they're pricey for sure. I mean, I actually just over the summer I got a 1 gallon water jug that
Mm-hmm.
I still have to get. Actually, I got two of them, but one of them I have to get engraved yet. And I mean, I use them all the time at shows, and I put my logo real big on one side, and on the back I have my personal info. You know, just because when I'm at a show and people are, oh, well, what all can you engrave? You pick that big behemoth up because I had to from that laser setup, then put it on 4 shot glasses to raise it up high enough to engrave the gallon. It was the jankiest thing I've ever tried, but it was like it worked. I don't want to do it again, but it worked.
Mm,
If
this is
anything
a
would have slipped,
go ahead.
I'll say if anything would have slipped, that would have been a bad day.
Right.
But
Let me see here. Bowl turning. And we're going to get into how he got into woodworking here in a little bit. I'm just kind of showing you the different tools that he works with, the different kind of products that he makes. And then we're going to get into the background. I want to kind of show you everything, a little mixture of everything that he kind of does. Um, this is a bowl turning ASMR video. Um, It looks like there's like a hole in the bot. What is that? Is that
that's actually where when I'm done with that,
yeah.
I'll pull that piece off the lathe, flip it around, and put that in a chuck, and that's what I'll hold it to do the inside.
Oh, okay.
And then
Interesting.
I usually and then I usually put a little design in the bottom so when it's done it's not just a flat piece. Like it actually is decorative.
Oh, okay.
So that's one the crazy Brit that got me into resin work and lathe work. He started doing that in one of his videos because I was down in 2020 with I had lost half of a nail bed on a finger,
You did
and
what?
I cut basically or about a quarter inch of an inch off my one fingertip on one hand.
From this machine?
No, from a table saw. That this was
From your oh.
yeah. You got to remember, I've been doing woodworking for about 6 years now, like just fooling around having fun, and I got my first lathe. I think it was 2 years ago this summer. Yeah, it was. Holy cow! And yeah, I mean, I ordered a couple tools because, like I said, I spent the summer of 2020 while I was healing up from my finger injury because I couldn't do much because I cut through bone and everything. Thank God I didn't need surgery. Like to see my hand now, you wouldn't know it unless I told you this. But yeah, so while I was healing up, I was just doing stuff around the house. Couldn't do much woodworking because I didn't want to get a bunch of stuff on my finger until it was healed up because I had stitches in it almost all summer. And then once everything was healed up and I went back to work, I ended up losing that job.
Mm.
Got some severance money, bought my first mini lathe, which is actually in my basement right now.
Oh, so you have two of them?
Yep. Oh,
Oh,
hey, I
wow.
remember that
Okay.
day. That hurt.
Well,
That
Kib
still
Kitty
hurts.
brought it. Kib Kitty and somebody else must have brought it up. I remember the bowl mishap, and I wanted to show everybody. What stream was that on? And yeah, that was scary as hell when we watched it, man. I mean, it was a scary laugh in a way. Um, wh- tell what video was that on, and tell everybody what happened. Do you still have that video up?
Yeah, I'm gonna second type in the chat. But basically, I believe, I know it was one of the golf ball bowl streams. I forget the
Right.
timestamp in it though.
'Cause that was one of the first ones, wasn't it? And
I
then
don't,
here's
it
the
wasn't
live
one of the
section. He's
first
got a
ones.
ton of lives. No?
It's the
Resin
last
golf
golf ball
ball
one
right
that I
here,
did.
right? Finishing the golf finishing.
I'm pretty sure that was it.
Yeah, finishing. Yeah, that's
Oh,
what it was. Yeah.
I forgot I did cutting boards on the live stream.
Yeah, this
Um,
was scary as hell. So, before I get into this, okay? What happened? Like what so you obviously were working on this bowl before, okay? This
yeah.
was the finishing the episode finishing the bowl. So what
So
happened
basically,
before and yeah.
near as I can figure, what happened is my dad wanted a bowl with golf balls cast in resin because he's got a friend that he gets stuff from that loves golf, and he thought it'd be something cool that the guy had never seen because it's a Amish guy. So when he found out I could do it, he was, "Hey, could you do this for me?" And I'm just sure, why not? So I'm working on it, and something happened. I forget exactly what now, but I had, or no, I believe I blew the bottom out where I went too deep and had to re-pour resin. But
Oh,
instead
so
of,
you report it?
yeah, and instead of
Oh.
shaping, instead of shaping the rest of it, which is what I should have done, and then taking it off the lathe, because I actually have tape that is designed to hold resin back if you do a thin layer. So I put some of that tape on there, re-poured it, and like I say, I didn't thin the rest of it down, which is what I should have done. when I put it back on, it wasn't quite centered upright, so I had to redo the outside, so it was vibrating and putting stress. And because of the fact that it shattered like that, that tells me I had all kinds of stress cracks in it that I had caused from having to redo the outside. Because not only was it vibrating on the lathe, I've got a tool hitting it, and because if you actually play the audio, you can hear me, please be good, please be good, please be good, right before I turned it on, because I wasn't worried about it blowing up. I was worried about it looking good.
Right.
And as soon as it got up to speed, I started hearing cracks, and I could not. If I could have stopped it and just grabbed, because I was going to grab the drive shaft on one side as soon as I hit the power off button. If I could have stopped it before it broke, it would have just fell apart and fell into pieces straight down. But instead, it at the first crack, it was too late, and I knew it. I in the blink of an eye, I didn't even have time to sidestep it. Once I heard that cracking, I knew it was going to happen. My chest still hurts from that.
Yeah, does it? We don't. When was this? This was
that was 6 months ago.
March 24th.
Yeah.
And you still hurt. I mean, we don't have to play it. We don't have to play it.
I don't care. I still laugh about it at this point. You know, it didn't kill me, so why not?
So so somebody that's in the same position that's doing this kind of work, you know what I mean? Say they come across on YouTube. What's the message you want to send to somebody when it comes because you got damn lucky, okay? Somebody else might not get lucky. What's the message?
When working with resin,
yes.
Sharp tools, shallow passes. It's
sharp tools and shallow passes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because like when I'm dealing with wood, you know, I can grab, especially those traditional gouges that I sometimes use.
Dude,
you
I can
really get in there.
How heavy that is. I can imagine how heavy that is, dude. Is that solid? Is that hollow in the inside, or is that solid?
It was.
Is it
at
hollow?
At the time it blew, the walls on the edge was about 3/4 of an inch.
Oh, so and it's a bowl already.
Yeah. Yeah, because what had happened was, and I'm not sure where it's at on there. If that was actually, yeah, no. That's cool. Where I blew the bottom out.
Right.
So I had done something to try to fix it. And like I say, I should have never taken it off the lathe the first time. Because when I would have, you know, hindsight's 20/20. When I re-poured the resin, I could have fixed everything with sandpaper.
Oh wow!
It would have taken longer.
Hurry it up, huh?
Honestly, I didn't realize I was doing anything unsafe at the time. I thought I was good.
That's a long screwdriver too, man.
That's not a screwdriver. That's a gouge.
A gouge. Well, that sounds actually. That's dangerous work.
Oh, it is. Actually, wood lathes kill more people than any other wood shop tool over the course of years.
So what you're working on right now does that?
Yeah.
They should have some kind of barrier set up, you know, like at least where your gizzards are, you know.
The problem with that is those tools literally sit on my chest, and they'll ride my hip. Because you'll note right there, it's actually into my hip, and you use your whole body weight to lean into in order to make your cuts. Because all my cutting action actually comes from my feet.
And and those golf balls aren't soft either, man. I can imagine it's when you're scraping it. Yeah, but aren't you like scraping the golf balls as smooth as the resin?
Yep. Yeah, and you know, like right now I'm taking nice shallow passes, and if that's the one where it did end up blowing up on me, all I'm doing is putting more and more stress cracks on the bottom. Yeah.
And how many pieces did it blow up into, man?
Um, I've been getting the barn ready and transitioned over for winter, so I've been doing a lot of sweeping, and I'm still finding pieces.
Oh, for real? It just
The, the
shattered.
biggest the biggest one I found was about 6 inches long and about 2 inches tall.
Wow. So it literally shattered.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It.
Uh oh.
I don't
That's weird.
recall ever taking. I don't recall ever turning the camera off on that one.
No, that was. Let me see. There it is. No, it just kind of beeped out for a second. I got other stuff downloading in the background here.
Ah, gotcha.
I'm still
But yeah,
getting things set up and
I
transitioned
gotcha.
and all
But
that
yeah,
stuff.
because I mean, I don't know if this Mike will pick this up, but
Mm.
that's literally two resin bases and cups that I just knocked together. Like
Nice.
resin, it gets hard, really hard.
Yeah, here's his page. If you're not sub, definitely go sub. He's got videos, shorts, and lives. You can go to all different sections. Um,
And
so
I
now
try to
that they
have
know a
fun with
little
it
bit.
too.
Oh, you got to have fun with it, man. It's not only a hobby, it's a passion as well as work,
If you
you
catch
know.
if you catch me
Because
on a
it does
silly
take a
day, absolutely. But no, seriously, if you catch me on a day where I'm feeling silly on a live stream, I will literally be dancing while turning a pen or something. It's a good thing my
some
mom don't
people
watch
can
that
do
channel
it.
because she'd probably be yelling at me all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't. I'm self-conscious of how my chest looks, but if you were to see the bruising after that one, dude,
Mm-hmm.
about
Yeah, I can imagine.
a about a quarter of it was just brown, or not brown, black and blue. And I
Mm.
even had a crush shot went to that night, and everybody was asking me, "Are you okay?" Because what you don't hear or what you don't see in the video, but you hear in the audio, because I admit it, I actually had a cut on my head from that bowl blowing up. And when it went, I had a hoodie on over my head, and it still cut me through the hoodie.
Oh wow.
It super, super, super small, but it was enough to bleed.
You're lucky, man.
But
What
oh,
kind of yeah?
I
What is
will not
going
say anything, but it was a very fortunate that I didn't get hit worse.
Well, yeah. I mean, especially
And
if
it,
that's like one of the machines that is most of the cause for accidents and stuff for that kind of work. Yeah, man.
yeah,
Especially with that
I
thing
mean,
shattering. Who knows if the edge could have been sharp and penetrated a certain way, or or
and that's why
done
lathes
something up
are,
here.
and that's why wood lathes are one of the most expensive machines you can run in the wood shop.
Damn, man, and you got two of them.
The little one I only really use for polishing anymore, though, because it's too much of a hassle to change speeds on it because I have to open up a door and change gear drives, and it's not like the one I normally run where I just reach over and twist a knob and it changes.
What are you doing? Popping bubble wrap?
Oh, I didn't think it was that loud. Actually, I just realized I have a resin bowl blank sitting here next to me that needs to come out of the mold. So
How'd you get
I
into
got the next resin
woodworking?
bowl.
You got a what?
I've got the next resin bowl I'm gonna try that I just pulled out of the mold.
Mm. When's that?
I think it'd be,
When's that
I think
coming
it'd be
up?
cool.
I gotta
I might
watch that
actually do it
one.
on the live stream because I already cast it up because I had some extra resin from some of the stuff I'm doing for my family for Christmas. So I poured it in. I've got I've had this bowl full of alphabet beads for a while that I've been wanting to see what kind of bowl it would turn into. So I was like, you know what? I've got extra resin. Dump.
Yeah, that's expensive too. I remember you saying it was like $100 for what, a
Yeah,
gallon or something like that.
right about. Yeah. Yeah, and right now I'm fortunate that I found 2 gallons. They were on sale for $60 each. I was like, oh, cool, I just got paid. Bye.
Right. So what got you into woodworking, man? Like a little kid, somebody
Oh,
you
when I was a kid, I used to help my granddad a little bit, and he always had a small shop. He was never big into dedicated woodworking per se. He had the basics because growing up he had a farm in West Virginia, so still my favorite place ever. Too bad it's not the family anymore. But yeah, so he taught me the basics of how to not cut your hand off with saws, and we did little odds and ends things for around the house and the farm and stuff. But by the time he had to sell that and come back to Ohio, I was still too young to be involved in the heavy building that he would do. Because I mean, like he built his own shed, has done a dock and a pond we had, and like 2 decks on his house and bigger stuff like that.
How old were you when you first started?
Oh, probably 10 or 11,
Hmm.
somewhere around in there. But yeah, because after he came back to Ohio, him and my grandma started doing the snowbird thing and going to Florida every year for winter in a little pull behind camper. And because for after he came back, he didn't do anything for years except sit around the house, watch TV, hassle my grandma. But one year they were down in West Virginia, Florida, and they stumbled across this a guy that was making a game called Jokers and Pegs, and they bought a set because they were like, "Ah, we'll try it out." He's, he's like me; he loves to play board and card games and stuff like that. So they bought a set, took it back to their trailer park that they were staying at because there was a bunch of other retirees and snowbirds that would go down there. And almost every night they'd go to a hall to play games, and they're, hey, we got this, we want to try it out. So they started playing it and really liked it, but they could never find the guy that made it again. So when Grandpa got home, he was, I want to make some of these because a few people down south wanted to buy them. So I'm going to make a couple over the summer and I'll take them down and I'll just give it to them because, they're friends. So he came up, started doing that, which at the time I was older and was actually able to give him a hand doing it every so often. And I actually have a set that I have the only set I believe that he ever signed
So
that I
he
actually
made
helped
some
him.
and signed them?
Hmm.
How old were you when
Yeah,
this took place?
so 16, 17, I'd go over there during the summer or on my summer break from school and help him out. And so that's where I really learned the basic safety stuff because when I was a kid, he was always right there, and he'd have his hands on mine, so nothing could happen. But I learned some of the basics, and then after I got out of, or once I hit high school and started working, well, I'm sorry, after I hit junior year and started working, and had a car, and I didn't have as much time to get over there, so that's kind of where it stopped for a while, and then when I bought my house 6 years ago, I think it was. Well, it might be seven. Wow, I'm getting old. But once I got my house, I got a table saw and a couple basic hand tools. Just started messing around, making coasters, simple little piddly projects, and just started really enjoying it. And then I went from that to figuring out how to make. Like I made an ex's and her, or an ex's son rather, a treasure chest, and um, started figuring out just different techniques. And when I realized like I actually like this, I started looking it up on YouTube, and stumbled across a few woodworkers that I still follow to this day. Actually, I'm looking at a stack of plants from them on my bookcase in here
Hmm. So
because
you just kind of hung out with your grandpa while he
Mhm.
did some woodwork stuff around the property, and then made some board games, right? Is that
Yep,
what you were? And
yep.
then
And
you didn't
then
really do nothing too much after that. And then when you bought your house is when you kind of was
it's,
like,
it's when I finally had the room and didn't have to worry about roommates being right on top of me to run a table saw and make noise.
so did you
Because
have
when I
all
was
that stuff already? Was it like
no,
in storage? So
nope,
you acquired all of your tools like 6 or 7 years ago then.
yeah, yeah. Like my when I got my house, I asked my mom if because I bought it at the time I had just lost a fiance because she just said she didn't want to marry me. And I was like, all right, whatever. Because I think it was because she didn't want to live in my apartment and didn't realize I actually was looking at houses. She just couldn't keep anything in the budget. And yeah, so when I knew I was closing on where I'm at now, I actually, for Christmas, I told my mom I wanted a basic or a DeWalt tool pack and a couple things of extra heavy duty batteries. It came with like your basic impact driver, drill, jigsaw, couple other stuff that I knew would be useful to have around the house. And so she got it for me, along with the batteries I wanted. And so like I literally started off with nothing but a circular saw and a jigsaw and my drill and
Dang.
driver. And my granddad caught wind of it, so he actually bought me a workbench that sadly just broke. That I got to figure out if I can replace part of the top or if I have to replace the whole thing, which I really don't want to do. But
Yeah, I'm
if
sure
I
it can
do,
be
I'm
expensive. How
well.
much how
It's
much do you think you spent total on all of the the tools and machines?
uh, I,
Like what
I,
would you
I let me think. My big lathe was like 3,500. My good table saw was six. Uh, just for my main shop that doesn't travel, I probably have close to $8,000 on. And then I also have like a mini table saw, which is what I lost my fingertip to. Um, and a battery powered miter saw and a couple other things that if I was to say go to somebody's house and they wanted a table made to fit their house or like a very specific nook in their
a
house,
table? So you can make people tables.
absolutely.
Oh wow. What's the
I mean,
price range for that? Like for
it that is
like
so
a
hard to
oak?
give a number for
What about a
because
yeah, I mean, but a range. Somebody would want to know like like kind of like I asked you earlier, like when it came to the
yeah,
cutting boards, your price range of cutting boards and the reasons because people are
well,
going to want to know what's the cheapest and what's the most expensive and why, you know?
the biggest issue I run into with a lot of the tables and the furniture builds that I do, because I mean, actually, all of my aquarium stands downstairs I custom built myself. So for those, like I use construction grade 2x4s and I just stand them up to where they look pretty, which takes a fair bit of work, but it's actually cheaper than buying hardwood. And so, I mean, the issue with that is 2x4s can go from $7 a piece to $3 a piece overnight.
Yeah, no,
So,
I'm saying as a customer, because a customer is going to be like, what's your cheapest table? Like the cutting board. What's your cheapest one? What's your most
yeah,
expensive one? Say, like, I'm
I'm
trying to
also,
place an order right now tonight with the wood prices right now, we'll just say wood prices right now. How much would a oak 4x7 table be? Um, what, 3 feet off the ground, 2.5 feet off the ground.
That would probably be in the range of $400 to $500. Oak. I don't know why oak is so stupid expensive.
Yeah, I know, but that's why you
Like,
get oak, because it's beautiful, especially a table, right?
it definitely has its own unique character, but there's so many
Yeah.
woods I prefer over oak.
Do they send you like a dimension, and then how does,
Yeah, for
how
something like that, like if
yeah,
it
how
was going to
does,
be a kitchen table and I know it's going to be in a wide open space, that's when give me dimensions. This is roughly what it'll be. Let me go to the store or look it up. Because a lot of times with that, I'll actually hand sketch it out. Because I'm horrible with computer CAD programs. I prefer to do everything by hand. And that's where once I have that kind of deal figured out, then I would go in and see how much it would cost me for the wood. And I know a table at that size will take me about 8 to 10 hours to build.
oh wow, okay.
So
So how long is the process from when I contact you until when you can let me know, uh okay, we're getting ready to go to start it? And then you said it
uh,
takes a day to do it.
that's if I have a day to devote to it, but a lot of times I have to wait for glue ups and stuff to hit set. So like I'll get everything I can get done.
That's pretty quick.
Glue up with uh, well, the gluing takes overnight to dry. So if it takes me 3 hours to get to a glue up point, then I have to wait till the next day to be able to do anything extra. So I mean, yeah, it might take 8 to 10 hours total, but it might take five
Well,
days
yeah,
with all the
I'm
glue
saying
ups.
as a customer, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
if like I'm calling as a customer and I say I'd like this table, this size, this is what I'm looking for. Now, is
Yeah.
there like different shapes and sizes that go around it? Like, that's what I mean. Like, the
Okay.
process of like contacting you to when you say, okay, I'm starting to build it. And then when you start to build it, I can imagine a table with the cuts and the designs, and
Yeah, I mean,
it's got to take a while, I would imagine.
yeah, and I mean, I do my best to get to anything special order pretty quick. Like, actually, when we're done, I gotta run out and get on my lathe because with the last lab I tried doing, my blood sugar dropped and then I had to work, and I haven't been, today's the first day I felt like a human since I went a day and a half without food. Um, so I gotta get 5 pens done for an order that came in last week. But a lot of times for the bigger stuff, what I'll try to do is, because I will have your phone number, I try to text a picture of like when I get the wood. Hey, I just got your wood in. When everything's cut up for the day, this is where we're leaving it. This is done. This is done. This is done. This is everything I have left to go. And that way, like you can see that it's still getting worked on and kind of see the steps as to, because I mean, I know as a customer, for me, if someone's willing to do that, I think it's cool to see how stuff's made. Like one of my
Yeah, like
favorite
the
TV shows is
videos.
how it's made. So
Yeah. Did you watch like Bob Vila and This Old House and stuff when you were a kid too, or was it?
not really. Um, then again, I was the type of kid that I would rather be. I was too hyper. Like I was very. They said I was ADD. I think I was more ADHD because I'm not one to be able to sit around and do nothing. Like the only reason you're not hearing noise in the background right now is because I'm literally playing with this bulb blank because I cannot sit still and I'm trying to be quiet. I don't think you want to listen to me popping 3D prints off that thing because
No, I just want to
yeah,
listen to you because we're having an interview,
right.
right?
And that's why I'm keeping myself distracted with silent things.
Well, yeah, because I'm doing it for you, you know.
Right.
So do you do like holiday stuff, Halloween,
I
Christmas, Thanksgiving?
I do Christmas stuff. I'm not crazy about Halloween, so I usually don't. Like then I thought about it too late this year because like I can lay the pumpkins and stuff. That isn't all that difficult. But like actually one of my recent videos was testing a Christmas tree ornament that's literally shaped like a Christmas tree. Just because I've been needing to do it. I needed a video for YouTube, and it's like, and I even said in the beginning, I'm sorry it's too early for this, but this is where I'm thinking right now because I got to start getting ready for the holiday rush. So, yeah,
The
killed two
holiday
birds with one
rush.
stone. I'm
The
hoping it's better than last year.
Christmas. So do you
Yeah,
what? So when do you? I mean, have you already started getting orders for Christmas or?
I actually got an order from somebody a couple weeks ago that was telling me I need to figure out how to make snowmen because they wanted a few of them. And I'm like, well, I actually have kits that you can paint your own snowman Christmas ornaments I made last year. I just got to change the paint out in. And I was told, save the paint, save everything extra. Just give me the snowmen and the hangers to make them into ornaments. I was like, okay. So, I do have a little bit of Christmas inventory right now, but um, once I get done with I think after today, I'm actually going to start really focusing in on getting some of that stuff done.
Oh, so
So,
you
like
have
on my next,
inventory already?
Mhm. I have some
What?
stuff that didn't sell from last year, and the only thing I need to do is change out the paint because on the paint your own, I don't know if it's any good, and I
Okay.
just got the last of the paint pots I need in, so
Yeah, that's fine.
it's
So what do you have still left over? Because maybe somebody might want to purchase what you already have in stock. For the
um
holidays since it's October. Maybe they. And do you have like any pictures of them so they could see it as well? Any of the stock from before?
there's there should be some on YouTube or on Facebook. I think I'll see if I can track them down.
Oh, just I
But
mean to refer people, if they whether they're on the show or on replay when they come across it, they can click on the Facebook link and all that other
yeah,
stuff. But I didn't know if you
yeah.
knew like offhand what all you had and kind of what it was
I know
ranging
I've
because
got.
somebody in the live chat might want to place an order after the show's over or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I know I've got at least six snowman paint your own kits. Um, I think I have a four-piece too where it's, six snowmen or four snowmen. And then I've got some that are pre-painted, but those are at a store, so I'd actually have to go grab those. I don't know how many I have there. And then I also
Oh, so you
do,
have stuff in stores as well?
yep,
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
they had a Christmas in July at a store I'm at in Medina. And I just left them up there because it's, you know what, it's coming up, and why not? So,
Okay.
and I've before I forget, I also last year started doing actual ornaments. That what I'm trying to do is every year that I make them, I want to do a different shape. So, like last year, it kind of looks a little bit like an icicle. This year, I'm kicking around a couple different patterns right now, and then once I start working on those, which again, I basically need to like right now. So I'll get some of
Mm.
those knocked out. And 'cause, I mean, I've had people walking by at shows and they just look at them. They're just, this looks too cool. I don't even want it for a Christmas ornament. I just think it looks cool and I want to hang it up in my house. Okay.
Yeah, there's people asking for ornaments in chat already.
Yep.
Decorations. Make me
Yeah.
a
Like I
sign.
say,
Ray says, make me a sign.
I can do signs. I actually, I've had someone from this community ask me for a sign. Not saying who or what it said because I don't get into the. my customers' privacy is the most important thing to me, but I actually custom framed it with a piece of wood on the back and then laser engraved what they wanted engraved on it. So yeah, I love doing custom work like that because that's really what makes it worth it to me. Because I like giving people what they really want and being able to supply stuff like that because that's really that's what's fun for me.
Mm. Dre's wondering if you can do engraved ornaments.
Depends on the type of wood and how big they are, but I have the ability to engrave round things, yes. Like I can also engrave most wooden pens. Can't do every material because some of them won't take it. Because like some of the acrylics and I just lost the other type of plastic, it would melt and deform and it would not turn black because it's just the material properties of them.
Tracy wants to know, what do you make for quilters?
I'm basically out at the moment, but I've got a basic seam ripper kit. I've got a seam ripper that has a stiletto. I can also make it a double-ended seam ripper, so you got a big and a small one. I've got seam ripper with a little pair of scissors on the other end that's great for cutting loose threads. I wouldn't use it for fabric because they're thread scissors. I was just tracking some of this stuff down today. There's a few others a friend of the family was giving me ideas for, but I haven't actually got what it was, and I don't remember what it was called. Um, but yeah, that's everything I can think of for quilters off the top of my head. And for the record, my mom and grandma are both quilters, so I might know a lot about how to quilt. So
Yeah, you when you're talking seam rippers, I didn't know what you were talking about, man. No idea.
yeah, that is yeah. For those that don't know, a seam ripper is actually what you use to cut a seam out. So like if you stitch two pieces of fabric together, but it wasn't right and you needed to be able to pull that seam apart, it actually is a tool that goes in between and cuts the thread. So, and being that I don't do it for anything for sale, but I actually do cross stitch for my own personal relaxation time. I know a thing or two about sewing stuff. Don't judge.
Hey
Or
man,
judge, I really don't care.
I got my own business thing going here. You know what I mean? I know what you mean.
Yeah. No,
Um,
it's like, I draw, I paint, but that's for me. I don't put that out for sale. That's just, if I'm doing it, it's because I want to relax and it sounded
yeah,
fun.
I'll be
I mean,
putting
I'm
mine
literally
out for
looking,
sale. That's for sure. I'll be doing custom
if,
art.
if I was better at it, I probably would.
Yeah.
But yeah, 'cause I mean, I'm looking at a brand new stack of canvas that I got last year from Michaels on top of my printer. I've got another one behind me somewhere. Like half of my office is trashed right now, so I'm in the process of cleaning and reorganizing my entire house.
All right.
But
And so when you basically, just because you got a house is what made you just kind of go, you know what, I want to work on some wood. And then
I
you just started from there because your pieces are beautiful, man. It looks like you've been doing
on
woodwork for a lot longer than that.
honestly, I've wanted to do stuff like this ever since I got out of the house. The problem is I was always in apartments
Yeah.
and
Yeah, you can't
I
necessarily
didn't
do
real
that shit.
I didn't realize how peaceful it was.
Yeah.
Because like when you're living in an apartment working night shift and somebody turns a saw on, all you want to do is go knock the ever living tar out of them because you're trying to sleep. But now that I'm in a house, I'm not in the country, but it feels like the country. And with my barn being where it's at, where I do most of my work, I actually it's far enough away to where most of the noise is pretty well contained away from everybody. Because I mean, I went out one night, I was just turning away on the lathe making pens, and I think I was in your live typing or messing around with people in chat, and then when you logged off, I turned on YouTube, had an earpiece in, I was just going to town with my earbud, watching YouTube and turning pens. And it was one of those, I'm starting to get a little tired. I'm going to finish this one up and head to bed, thinking it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I open the door, it's 9 a.m. And I went out there at 6 p.m. the night before.
Hmm.
So
I mean,
that should tell you
that's
just
why
how into this I get sometimes.
that's why people watch it, because it's the sound and the noise and the
Hmm.
vibration and all that stuff. Yeah, man. So, do you have plans on in the future having your own store, or is it kind of a thing where you just kind of want to work out of your home and do stuff from there?
So
What do
if
you
I
kind of
could get
envision
this,
for the future?
if I'm trying to grow it, that's why I'm trying to get YouTube to grow. Um, one because I'm not that big on Facebook Marketplace. I've had a few people that, oh yeah, that sounds great, and then you go to meet up with them, and they're like half hour, 45 minutes late, and then they try to lowball you, and oh, sorry, I only have $20. I know you said it was 50, but will you take that? And it's like no. So, I've kind of shied away from Marketplace because of that, because there's a lot of shenanigans that go on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to work on the website when I can, trying to get some inventory built up because like right now my pens are below 50% of what I normally have in stock. So, but
What? How
once
many
I
pens do you usually have in stock for your? Like if somebody places a big order, because usually they'll probably place a huge order, I would imagine. No, or do they?
the single biggest pen order I've ever received for a special order was five.
Oh, okay.
I got to
Um,
do a little math. Can anybody tell me what 18 times 4 is? Because I'm lazy and don't want to do the math.
18 times 4,
What
40,
is that?
32, 72.
72.
No? Yeah.
Okay, so I have two cases that I use for my pens right now that are empty that would hold 72. And then I've got two more that are almost full
Oh,
for my
man.
show display. So I've got probably about 67 pens right now. And I would normally then have 144 because I'm actually freakishly good at mental math.
Okay.
I just have to
So
talk it out loud sometimes.
no, you're good. I mean, I came up with the number myself. Um, so when it comes to like the future though, are you trying to have your own store, or are you just trying to like do it out of your home and just kind of
If if I if it went according to the way I'd like it to go, I'd like to be able to get a different house with a bigger workshop,
so
do
work from
everything
home?
out of my house,
Yeah.
and also have like in-person live training where I can like if you want to learn to turn a pen and I can put on a small class and have say 5 or 6 lathes and all the tools necessary to be able to turn your own pens or turn your own bowls or how to make a basic box or a crate or a table or a cabinet. I would, that's where I would like to be because I making it's fun, but I love being able to talk with fellow craftsmen and or even teaching people because there's just something about when you show somebody that doesn't think they can do something that they can.
Yeah.
You spark the spark in their eye is just one of the most incredible things you can ever see. Because I actually have had people that have told me I don't think I could do that, and then and these are family members. I haven't done it for the public yet, but have them over, put a tool in their hand, and tell them, the basics of how to present the tool and what to do. That, an hour and a half later, they have a wooden bowl in their hand or a pen that they can put together. It's just there's just something about that. Like I can't believe I did it. That it makes me one of the happiest people ever when I get to
Yeah.
see that look from somebody.
Maybe you could start a school and then do your custom orders and have it built with the students. That might be
Yeah,
kind of
the
cool. A little mixture of
the
both.
the only problem I've got right now is to get a lathe
Not
fully
right. I'm not
set
saying
up.
right now. I'm talking future,
Yeah.
man. We're
Oh yeah.
talking. We were talking house or store. So I'm just,
Okay.
it's one of your
Gotcha.
dreams or whatever. No, I was just curious.
Sorry, no,
Of
I'm
course
thinking
not
way
right
back.
now. Yeah.
I'm thinking way out for the big dream of having like 6 independent lathes that have everything you need to be able to get it up and running. Because I mean that's going to be about, with the current prices, about $1,500 a lathe to have all the tools and the machinery and everything there.
Yeah.
So,
Well, hey, if you charge a class, there you go.
yep,
There you go, man.
definitely not a
Uh,
cheap thing to start, but
yeah.
if you can get the clientele.
So when they want to place an order with you, what's the best way to contact you? And you got to keep in mind, not everybody has Discord, and most people don't know how to use it. So I wouldn't really rely too much on Discord for,
I'm
you
still
know what I
trying to
mean?
figure it out. It's just there's some people that I can only get a hold of on Discord. That's the only reason I'm there. But like, yeah, like we just said, I've got my Discord, I've
The
got my
general public,
email,
you know.
Discord, email, Facebook message, because the Facebook store is the exact same logo as what you see on my channel here, or that I'm using for this.
Yep,
Same
we're
colors
showing
and
it right there,
everything.
right there.
Um, and the shortcut I believe is still, since it's up there, I don't see it. It should be Fish Norm
Let me see.
Creations,
You
but
got a phone number, yahoo.com.
yep,
Is that the website? No, that's your email.
yeah,
YouTube
KevinCraft at
and
myyahoo.com.
all right. So basically, they can contact you, phone number and email. Can
Yep,
they place an order through text? And how do
yeah.
they? Where do they go if they want? Do they just go to the Facebook page and um, is that all the items that you have or do on the
So
Facebook page?
I'll be honest, right now I've been very bad at keeping up to date with everything I have. Um, I've got a craft show I'm going to be at Saturday morning. I'm planning
So
on
you'll have
getting
more
good
stuff for
pictures.
everybody. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll have everything I'm working on today and tomorrow as well. And I'm actually probably going to be getting some cutting boards thrown together tonight, and I might have to end up doing a little sanding before it's Saturday.
Okay.
But then I'll
Uh,
have everything up to date, and I'll throw pictures up Saturday there, and then as stuff sells, because I've got a show Saturday, I've got a craft show Sunday,
mm-hmm.
and one before I start tearing down, I'll grab more pictures of what I have left Sunday night, because I've actually had someone from this community messaging me at a show where I sent them real-time pictures.
Mm-hmm.
This is my setup right now. This is everything I have available. Sent them pictures. They sent back where they circled what they wanted, and I pulled it
Okay.
off the table and put it underneath, and actually shipped it out to them later that week because I had to I had to do one special keychain for them because I
Okay.
also do laser engraved keychains that I haven't seen up there yet, but
Okay. Um, so they just look at the pictures. Is there like a list of stuff, or um, they just come to the Facebook page and that's
yeah, for
basically
now,
okay.
when
And do
when I'm
you?
finally able to get the website up to where I feel confident that I can at least have reliably what I have in inventory, because the biggest issue that I didn't realize when I started all the website deal, I had to individually photograph every single pen
Yeah.
or pen blank combo, and I can't figure out how to get the customization in there. and that's really what I want to be able to get to. But look, right now, I'd just be happy if I could get everything else in there. So if these shows are slow this weekend, I'm going to be going through and photographing individual pens and getting that worked on Sunday night and Monday.
Individual, man, that's a lot of photos.
Yeah.
You just need something general, I'd imagine. You know what I mean? Like
Well, the problem
different
is
ranges
if I
from here to
have,
here.
well, the problem that I run into then is if you don't know what this type of wood looks like versus that type of wood, like basalt or rosewood, you might not necessarily know what you're looking at. So, because like if I make because I make sketch pencils and stuff like that. So if I make a sketch pencil with three different types of wood but only have a picture of one, you're not going to know what the other two look like. So what I'm thinking about doing is just email me here with any special requests and I'll see what I can do because one of my wood suppliers I can get my hands on some pretty exotic stuff and it's actually cheaper for me to buy a board of it rather than a pen blank because the pen blanks are ugh, they can be stupid expensive, especially when I can buy a board of it and like I just finished cutting down a piece of a wood called basalt. Also, in my live stream, somebody started calling it pickle wood. Same thing. I can buy a piece of it pre-cut for a pen that's just square that I still have to, cut the length and put a hole in for like I think it's like $2 or $3. And I bought a whole board of it for 20 and was able to get actually 20 blanks out of. So it's like, okay, so $1 a piece covers the wood.
There's a quick question, real quick, from Tracy. What are your crochet hooks made with?
I am in the process of figuring out how to get crochet hooks made. There's two ways of doing it. I can take a pre-made one that I can get on Amazon that's out of like aluminum or steel or whatever that material, the metal's made of, and then I can add a handle to it where I would actually drill it out and match the drill bit to the diameter of the handle and glue that together. And there's also another set where I buy a handle and it's the hook itself just slides in. I've heard good things about those, like they don't actually roll on you. They do hold fairly well. I've not personally played with them because I haven't crocheted since I was like 8. But for me to do that, it would be, I think it's $30 just for the hooks and the tube, and that doesn't even count the material I work with or my time. So I mean, you're looking at like six, anywhere from $50 to $70, depending on how long it takes to get everything done. But if I do those handles, I can do that with wood, plastics, acrylics,
Yeah.
polyurethane. Some of the blanks I use is made from.
Yeah. I mean, when
I can even cast resin, so
when it's handmade, people understand it's going to take longer than just going to the store. Most people just want to
yeah,
know what it's made out of, what the cost
yeah.
is, and an average of how long it takes. So how often do you do these shows? Just throughout the summer and fall, every other weekend? Is that
Uh,
typically how often? Are
during
they
the
once
peak
a
of the
week?
summer, during the
I
peak of the
mean,
summer, I was doing one a week minimum.
and then
So I
throughout
would
it's
do
like
one,
once every few weeks or something as the
yeah,
be- beginning
yeah,
and
because
end.
well,
Okay.
because about half an hour from where I live, we've got a big place called the Hartville Flea Market. I'm sure some people have heard of it.
Yeah.
There they were having what they called Friday Night Fleas, where they'd have a market every Friday night
Yeah.
all summer long, and it
During
ended
the
in
during the
August.
hot, yeah, the
Yeah,
beginning and the end, it dies off. It's every few weeks or something. Yeah.
yeah. So I was going there on the weeks I had to work the weekend and couldn't do a Saturday or Sunday craft show. Ask me if I'm going there next year, probably not, because
Yeah.
I felt like I was
I
wasting
mean,
time at the end. I
yeah,
had like
it's better
one good
to.
night there,
Yeah, it's a tough
but
economy, you know.
it definitely is.
So
Well, it's
okay,
just
man.
that, you know, in there people want to haggle with you because it's a flea market, not a craft show. It's like
Yeah.
I get it, this ain't the place for this, but
So you're gonna have some new pictures up on the Facebook page this weekend, you're
yep.
saying? When do you anticipate the website so everybody can kind of have an idea of when they can look for that? And when it
Say
comes to your YouTube.
I can send you the link to it. It's just I currently have orders disabled, so nobody can order off of
Oh
there.
yeah. Yeah, if you want to send me the link and then I can always, if you don't have it right now, I can always put it in the description of the video and
Okay.
then they can always
I
click
will
on the link.
I will send it to you on Discord because, well, I guess I
Okay.
could probably message it to you in here right now.
Yeah, whichever.
But
Um and then that way everybody kind of knows, because as of right now, you just go to the Facebook page, email or the phone, and then basically whatever the pictures are, he'll be having new pictures coming up this weekend. And then when were you thinking about the website? Maybe.
I'm hoping to have everything figured out 100%. I usually take January and February off to make inventory, work on the stuff, replace anything that breaks for the display and stuff like that. I'm going to be really hitting it hard then if I don't have it ready before then.
Yeah. Uh,
That don't look right to me. But yeah, because I mean it's just that and me and technology we don't get along very well, so you know it's it's a struggle.
right. Well, I mean, that's what Facebook's for. You know what I mean? It's pretty much, like you have it right there. It's already set up as a store in a way. You know what I'm saying? So really, I don't even know if I don't even really know if you'd need a website. I didn't. Did you say that a time on a website? I didn't know if.
Um,
Did you say you had an idea on when it, or you just weren't
well,
sure, or you said something about a inventory or
I'm
something?
yeah, like I said, January and February and part of the
Oh,
way
at the
through
beginning of the
March is
year?
when,
Okay.
yeah, that's when I really focus in on
Okay.
doing restocking, stuff like that. So I mean, I'll go on, but
After the
you know, I'll
holidays.
yeah, I do my best to do it right now, but yeah, I mean, you know my work schedule, it's insane.
Yeah.
So
Oh, so after the holidays is when you're gonna have the website. Pretty much, you're gonna try
yeah,
and knock all that.
because I very well might be that that's weird. I was saying this website is okay.
Oh, you're
Oh,
fine.
I'm
I
gonna
can
have to,
always put it in the description, and then they can always click on it.
yeah.
Because I have to
Well,
be ending the show here in a few.
it's giving me a 404 error, so I got to go and see what's going on with
Yeah.
that.
Everybody, I'll put it in the link of the description, and then you can click on it there. I'll also put the link. It is in the description actually of the Facebook page and the YouTube, so definitely go sub, and then definitely swing by the Facebook page. He'll be having some new photos coming up, and then you got the email and you have a phone number
Yep.
that you can basically place orders. So. There's
Yep.
the links for you. They're already being, and then whenever you do get that, go ahead and send it to me, man, and I'll go ahead and
I
include
will.
it in the description for everybody. So,
Yeah, I'm
um,
suspicious as to what happened with that. I might have to actually go spend some money on it, unfortunately.
yeah, you got to spend it to make it. You know that.
I know. I
Well,
know.
thanks, man. I appreciate you hanging out tonight and being up here, and
Yep.
getting to know you, getting to see why, like how you got into it. It is a passion, and you make a lot of beautiful pieces, man. I'll show it again as we're going to be exiting. Um, up there,
Thank you.
just all the different parts of work, man. But yeah, it
You,
definitely looks
you,
like you've been doing woodworking since you were a little tyke. So you make some good shit, man.
and you don't even know about the new machine I'm currently looking at right now.
You're right. I don't know.
That's coming up in the near future. I've alluded to it a little bit in my live streams, and there's only one person out there that has something that was made with it right now.
Oh,
But
special person.
it's coming.
Oh, hey, that's a special person. Only one person has something that was produced from it. Well, thank you so much, man.
Yep.
I appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of the community. Thanks for always being a part of the show. And
Not
this
a
is
problem,
one of
man.
those times that I just kind of want to highlight somebody else, where we sit back, kind of learn about them, their passions, their message, what they envision, and their artistic ability and their personality. So thank you for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. And everybody, if you want those links, they're going to be in the description. Definitely go check out that Facebook page. I didn't even show barely anything on Facebook. There's so many pieces on there. You just sit there
And
and
if
you
you
be
do
like,
want,
wow.
and if you do want to see what the snowmen look like, there actually is a couple pictures of them from last year. You just got to scroll down through the pictures.
There you go. All right,
So,
buddy. Well, thank you. I appreciate you hanging out,
yep,
and I appreciate all you guys hanging out in chat. Thank you for checking out the show. Definitely go swing by the Facebook page, place an order, get this man some work, and we'll see you here in a little bit. True crime here in a little bit. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you.
yep. There we go, man. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.